Hi, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Russell Rowe. I'm a self-employed certified personal trainer and group fitness instructor. And this class is going to be what I call stretches and exercises for a pain-free back and body. So it's mostly stretching, and we will do some core strengthening exercises for your abdominals and lower back. This class is about an hour long. You will need mats like I've got here. A mat, you don't necessarily need more than one. Yoga mat or some kind of mat. I have 3 mats because I like to be nice and comfortable. And you will also need a chair later on for this class as well. So make sure that you have a nice sturdy chair that you can use. And I'm going to sit back down for a second. Okay, so, and also it would be good to have like a towel to wipe down sweat and water to drink if you want something to drink while you're taking the class. And I'm going to play some music in the background. I'll put this back up for a moment. I'm going to play some music in the background to make this class a little bit more enjoyable. And this is Enya Shepherd Moons from her album Shepherd Moons, which I like. So let me start that over again. There we go. Okay, so let me adjust my screen here so you can see me. Bring it down a little bit here. That should probably be good. Let me just check and make sure that's okay. A little bit. Okay, good. Okay, so everyone have a seat on your mat or mats. Put your feet on the ground with your knees pointing towards the ceiling or sky in my case, since this is my backyard. And we're just going to warm up your lower back. Okay, so what the first thing you're going to do is you're just going to push your lower back into the mat and tighten your abdominal muscles. So squeeze your abdominal muscles, push your lower back into the mat. And now you're going to, oh, by the way, you can just keep your head on the mat. I'm just keeping mine up so that you can see me. And then you can relax your back and then push your stomach up to the ceiling. So you're arching, or relax your stomach muscles, I should say. And then push your stomach up to the ceiling so that you're arching your back. So you're going the opposite direction now. So we're just going to warm up your lower back here before we do any stretches. And then you're going to push your lower back into the mat again, tightening your abdominal muscles, squeeze tight, flattening your back. Okay, now we're going to go back and forth doing that for 30 seconds. So you can just go at your own pace. Actually, let's go for 1 minute. You can go at your own pace. Ready? And go. So this is a class that I used to teach, and I haven't taught it for a little while because of COVID. So I'm going to try and remember as best I can, but I've got my little cheat sheet here with me in case I forget. So for all of these stretches and exercises, make sure that you're working through a pain-free range of motion. If any of the stretches or exercises that we do cause you any pain whatsoever, please modify that stretch or exercise so that it doesn't cause you any pain, or just skip that stretch or exercise. Okay, that's 30 seconds, halfway there. And again, you can just go at your own pace here on these. I tend to go fairly quickly. You can go a lot slower if you like. So we're just rolling your pelvis forward when you arch your back, and we're rolling your pelvis back when you flatten your back, pushing it into the mat. Whew. I'm going to put my sunglasses on here because, okay, that's 1 minute because it is right out here. It's a nice sunny day in Southern California. Okay, so put your right leg out in front of you, fully extended. Interlace your fingers around your left knee and pull your left knee towards your chest and hold that for 30 seconds. So here we're stretching out your left upper hamstring and butt cheek muscles. So here and here. You might feel it other places too, but those are the areas that we're targeting. Just depends how tight you are in other places. Just making sure you can see me fully here. All right, good. So straight, that's 30 seconds. Straighten your left leg. Interlace your fingers around your right knee and pull your right knee towards your chest. And again, hold that for 30 seconds. Stretching out your right upper hamstring and butt cheek muscles this time. All right, good. That's 30 seconds. Straighten your right leg. Put your left foot flat on the floor with your knee pointing towards the ceiling. Then you're going to cross your left foot over your right leg. With your right hand, grab your left knee. Pull your left knee down to the right side. Keep both shoulders on the ground, and then hold that stretch for 1 minute. So here we're stretching out your left lower back and your left outer hip. You might feel it other places too, but those are the muscles we're targeting. And I can tell I'm a little tight compared to what I used to be before March. Okay, that's 30 seconds, halfway there. So your stretch should feel comfortable. You should feel it stretching, but you certainly shouldn't feel like there's pain there. All right, good, that's 1 minute. So roll onto your back again, straighten your left leg, put your right foot flat on the floor with your right knee pointing towards the ceiling. Cross your right foot over your left leg. With your left hand, grab your right knee, pull your right knee down to the left side, keep both shoulders on the ground, stretching out your right lower back and right outer hip for 1 minute. So other side. This exercise, this stretch in particular, is really good for preventing and getting rid of sciatica too. If you have that sharp shooting pain down your leg from your lower back, this can really help for that, to get rid of that. And it's preferable to do this several times per day. That's 30 seconds. Several times per day. Do this stretch several times per day. And you might need to do it for several weeks, actually, if you've got sciatica and you're trying to get rid of it. But doing this whole stretch routine will be extremely helpful as well for preventing and getting rid of sciatica, as well as other back issues too. All right, good, that's 1 minute. Okay, so roll onto your back again, put both feet flat on the floor with your knees pointing towards the ceiling. And then you're going to put your left ankle on your right knee. You're going to interlace your fingers around your right leg or your right lower leg if you can reach that far. And then you're going to pull your right leg towards your chest. And you're going to hold that for 30 seconds. Ready? And go. So here we're stretching out your left outer hip. Not your right, your left. Make sure you're grabbing your right leg and not your left leg. So we're just pulling that knee in towards your chest. Stretching out your left outer hip here. Oh, I think I might have missed the 30-second mark. Maybe I was talking or I just didn't hear it. Okay, so we're going to go for 1 minute then instead. All right, good. That's 1 minute. Okay, so put both feet flat on the floor again. Put your right ankle on your left knee. Interlace your fingers around your left upper leg or left lower leg if you can reach that far. And pull that left leg towards you and hold it for 1 minute. Maybe I should talk less and listen to my watch a little bit more. So this class is about 1 hour long. All right, good. That's 30 seconds. Halfway there. I guess part of the challenge is because I've got my earbuds in my ears and I'm listening to music as well. So my ears are hearing the music really well, but not the watch so well. All right, good. That's 1 minute. Okay, put both feet flat on the floor again. Now you're going to put the soles of your feet together, so the bottom of your feet are touching each other, and your knees are going to go out to either side, okay? So we're stretching out your groin here, and we're going to hold that for 1 minute. Ready? And go. So if you feel a comfortable stretch in your groin, then just hold it there. If you wanted to make this stretch a little bit more challenging, you could also push down on your knees, but you don't have to do that. You'll just feel that a little bit more in your groin. So just use your own judgment there. I think I missed the 30-second mark. So let me make sure I get the 1 minute mark here. All right, good. That's 1 minute. Okay, so straighten your right leg. Put your left foot flat on the floor with your left knee pointing towards the ceiling. Then you're going to cross your left foot over your right leg like you did before. With your right hand, grab your left knee. Pull your left knee down to the right side like you did before. Keep your left shoulder on the ground. But now you're going to try and straighten that left leg as much as you can, okay? And we're going to hold that for 1 minute. I kind of grab my left leg and pull it down a little bit more, but you don't have to do that. So here we're stretching out your left lower back again. I find this to be a little bit more challenging stretch. This also stretches the muscles down your left leg as well, and especially gets your left butt cheek and outer hip. 30 seconds, halfway there. All right, good. That's 1 minute. So roll onto your back again. Straighten your left leg. Put your right foot flat on the floor with your right knee pointing towards the ceiling. Cross your right foot over your left leg. With your left hand, grab your right knee. Pull your right knee down to the left side. Keep your right shoulder on the ground, and then straighten your right leg as much as you can. And hold that for 1 minute again. Stretching out your right lower back, right outer hip, and the muscles down your right leg this time. Ooh, feels tight. "30 seconds, halfway there. All right, good. That's 1 minute. Roll onto your back again. Put both feet flat on the floor with your knees pointing towards the ceiling again. Okay, the next exercise is actually the next thing that we're going to do is an exercise, not a stretch. So for this exercise, you're going to put your hands down by your side with your palms facing down on the ground. So make sure your arms are on the ground with your palms facing down, feet flat on the floor. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to push your butt up towards the ceiling. So what you want to do is you want to try and create a straight line between your knees, your hips, and your shoulders. And we're going to do this exercise together. What you're going to do is you're going to hold yourself up for 10 seconds, then lower yourself back down to catch your breath. And we're going to do this exercise 5 times. So this exercise strengthens your lower back, but it's not too difficult an exercise to do. Okay, and so I'm just going to count it. So raise up. So try and get your knees, hips, and shoulders in line. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lower back down. Catch your breath for a moment. And push back up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lower back down. And push back up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower back down. That's 3 sets, 2 to go. And push back up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower back down. All right, good. Last one. Push back up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lower back down. Okay, now we're going to do a stretch for your lower back that you just worked. So you're going to grab both legs, both knees. You can grab them with your hands, or as I like to do, I like to cross my forearms over them and pull your knees towards your chest and hold that for 30 seconds. Stretching out your lower back that you just worked. And you don't have to cross your feet. I just like that. That's kind of what I've gotten used to, but you can do it like this too. Just feels more comfortable to have my feet crossed. I'm just stretching out my lower back, so it doesn't really matter. All right, good. That's 30 seconds. Put your feet back down on the floor again. Okay, the next one we're going to do is an abdominal strengthening exercise. So we're going to do crunches. If you haven't done that before, you're going to interlace your, you're going to either put your fingertips behind your ears, okay, so this way you don't pull on your neck, or if you've got a weaker neck, you can interlace your fingers, put them behind your neck for support, or behind your head for support, and we're going to do crunches. So for this exercise, what you're going to do is you're going to try and lift your shoulders up off of the ground and breathe out as you come up. It doesn't matter if you can get your shoulders off of the ground or not, but that's the direction you're moving. You're trying to bring your shoulders up as best you can, okay? And we're gonna do this for 30 seconds so that you can just go at your own pace. Remember to breathe out as you come up and breathe in as you come back down. And again, you can do it with your fingertips behind your ears or interlacing your fingers behind your head if you need support for your neck. Remember not to pull on your head though. So if you're interlacing your fingers, don't pull on your head. You want to just use your abdominal muscles and just support your head if you're going to interlace your fingers. All right, we're going for 30 seconds. Ready? And go. So you should feel this in your abdominal muscles as you come up. And just go at your own pace. All right, good. That's 30 seconds. Okay, put your legs out in front of you fully extended and your arms over your head fully extended. stretching out your whole body, but especially your abdominal muscles that you just worked. All right, good. Bring your feet back to the floor with your knees pointing towards the ceiling. Okay, the next exercise we're gonna do is a reverse crunch, working your lower abdominals primarily. So the regular crunch works your upper abdominals really well, and the reverse crunch works your lower abdominals really well. For this exercise, I want you to put your hands underneath your butt to stabilize your back, okay? You can do this exercise one of 3 different ways. The easiest way to do this exercise is where you're just lifting your feet up and bringing your knees towards your chest and bringing your feet right back down to the ground, okay? Always on all of these exercises, remember to breathe out as you bring your knees towards you and breathe in as you bring your feet back down to the ground. Okay, if you want to make it a little bit more challenging for yourself, you can put your feet a little bit further away from you and you can bring your knees towards your chest and try and lift your hips up off of the ground. That will make it a little bit more challenging. Or you can just bring your knees towards your chest without lifting your hips up off the ground. And then the hardest way to do this exercise is where you put your legs out in front of you, fully extended. You're going to lift your feet up, then bend your knees, then bring your knees towards your chest and lift your hips up. Okay? So the reason this is more challenging is because you've got more weight out in front of you. So that would be that way. Okay, so choose one of those 3 options, and we're going to go for 30 seconds again so that you can go at your own pace. Ready and go. Remember to breathe out as you come up and breathe in as you bring your feet back down to the ground. So this is really working those lower abdominal muscles. All right, good. That's 30 seconds. Put your feet back down on the ground. Straighten your legs out in front of you. Put your arms over your head, fully extended, stretching out your whole body, but especially your abdominal muscles again that you just worked. All right, good. Bring your feet flat on the floor again with your knees pointing towards the ceiling. Okay, now put your feet together and your knees together, and you're gonna roll your knees over to the right side. Keep your feet together, but of course your feet will come up off of the floor. Just keep them on top of each other. Now, if you want to, you can lower that right knee towards the floor, but keep your left knee moving towards your right knee. And try and keep both shoulders on the ground, and we're gonna hold this for 1 minute. We're stretching out your left lower back here, primarily. A little bit of left lower hip too. So you'll see that I do a lot of stretches for the left and the right lower back to help prevent and get rid of sciatica if you have it. Normally I would put my arm out here, but the ground is really hot at the moment. Let's see if I can cool it down a little bit. Oh, it's hot. All right, good. That's 30 seconds, halfway there. All right, good. That's 1 minute. Roll onto your back. Keep your feet together, knees together. And then roll your knees over to the left side. Again, your feet will come off the floor, but keep them on top of each other. If you want to, you can lower that left knee onto the ground, but keep your right knee moving towards the left knee or towards the floor, and hold that for 1 minute. Stretching out your right lower back this time. Keep both shoulders on the ground as well. Okay, that's 30 seconds, halfway there. All right, good. That's 1 minute. So roll onto your back again. And when you're ready, you can sit up with your legs out in front of you in a V. So make sure your legs are pointing out to the sides here. I'm going to put my watch back on. A little bit easier to use that way. Okay, so the first exercise we're going to do is a hamstring stretch, the back of your upper leg. And we're going to do the left leg first. So straighten that left leg so that there's no bend in your left knee. And then you're going to reach towards your left foot. Ready? And go. And when you feel that comfortable stretch in the back of your upper left leg, hold that stretch. You don't have to grab your foot if that's too much. Just, use your own judgment. As long as you feel that stretch in the back of your upper left leg, that's good. And your left leg is nice and straight with no bend in that knee. I like to hold my left knee down so that it doesn't pop up. But you don't have to do that. All right, good. That's 30 seconds. Now let's do the right leg. Okay, so make sure your right leg is straight with no bend in your knee. And we're going to reach towards your right foot. Ready? And go. Stretching out the right hamstring muscles, the back of your upper right leg here. Again, it should be a comfortable stretch. Shouldn't hurt. All right, good. That's 30 seconds again. Okay, the next one we're going to do is where you're going to go right through the middle of your legs. For this one, you can either hold on to your inside calves, or if you can reach far enough, you can grab your feet, and you're just going to lightly pull yourself through. And we're going to go for 30 seconds. Ready? And go. This is going to stretch the inner hamstring muscles, so a little bit more on the inside. It also works your lower back a little bit too. All right, good. That's 30 seconds. Come on up. Put your right leg out in front of you. Put your left foot flat on the floor with your knee pointing towards the ceiling. Your hands behind you for support here. Cross your left foot over your right leg. With your right hand or with your right forearm, you're going to grab your left knee and pull that left knee tight into your chest. So pull it as tight as you can into your chest. Ready? And go. And hold that for 30 seconds. So we're stretching out your left outer hip here and butt cheek muscles. You'll see that some of the stretches I do more than once to really try and get to those muscles and get them nice and flexible. All right, good. That's 30 seconds. Put your left leg out in front of you. Put your right foot on the floor. Again, if you want to, you can put your hands behind you for support. Cross your right foot over your left leg. With your left hand or with your left forearm, you can grab your right knee and pull that right knee in tight to your chest. Ready? And go. 30 seconds again. Stretching out your left outer hip and left butt cheek, and right outer hip and right butt cheek muscles. All right, good. That's 30 seconds. Okay, the next exercise is where you're going to put both feet flat on the floor. For this one, you will probably want to put your hands behind you. And then you're going to put your left ankle on your right knee, if you can reach that far. If it's hard, you can put your right foot further out in front of you to make it a little bit easier, okay? Now, depending on how flexible you are, if you feel a stretch in your left outer hip, hold that stretch. If you're fairly flexible, you could actually lift your butt up and scoot your butt towards your right heel and then sit back down again. And then hold that for 30 seconds. So as long as you feel that stretch, ooh, that's hot. As long as you feel that stretch in your left outer hip, hold that stretch. And we're going for 30 seconds if I didn't say that. All right, good, that's 30 seconds. Okay, switch legs. Put both feet flat on the floor. Put your right ankle on your left knee. Again, if you want to, you can lift your butt up and scoot your butt towards your right heel or your left heel, but you don't have to do that. And we're going for 30 seconds. Ready, and go. Stretching out your right outer hip this time. So this is a slightly different part of your right outer hip than the exercise we did before, or the stretch we did before. 30 seconds again. All right, good, that's 30 seconds. Okay, now we're going on to our hands and knees. So that's it for the seated exercises. I'm gonna straighten my mats up here a little bit again. Okay, so now we're going on to hands and knees. So get yourself onto your hands and knees. I'll give you a moment to do that, just in case it takes you a little bit of time. So the next exercise we're gonna do is where you're just lifting up one leg behind you nice and straight, trying to get that leg parallel to the floor if you can do that. Maybe I'll turn sideways for this one. Give you a little bit, you'll be able to see a little bit better. That's probably good enough, right? Yeah. Maybe I'll just turn all the way. Okay. So hands and knees, on your hands and knees, and you're just gonna lift up one leg behind you, get that leg nice and straight and parallel to the floor if you can do that. If you've got really good balance and you wanna practice your balance and challenge your core a little bit more, you could also lift up your opposite arm if you wanted to, but you don't have to do that. So I'll just leave that up to you. And we're gonna do both sides, of course. We're gonna hold up your leg for 10 seconds on each side, and we're gonna alternate each side 3 times. So we're gonna do each side 3 times, holding it up, holding your leg up for 10 seconds. All right, ready, and go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch legs. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch legs. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch legs. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch legs. Last set on each side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, good. Switch legs. Last one. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So you probably feel it in the lower back of the leg that you've got lifted up. So we were just working those muscles. So now you're gonna sit your butt down towards your heels, put your forearms on the mat in front of you, and then lower your head down towards the mat, stretching out your lower back that you just worked. This is called child's pose in yoga. All right, good. Everyone come back to your hands and knees. I'm going to turn my mat around again. Wipe the sweat off of my sunglasses that just got on there. All right, good. So onto your hands and knees again. The next exercise we're going to do is a lateral leg raise. So you're just going to lift your knee up to the side and then back down. We're going to do the left leg first and then the right. And you're going to breathe out as you lift up and breathe in as you come back down. If you can get your leg as high as parallel, that's great. But if you can't, just whatever feels comfortable for you. And we're going to go for 30 seconds on this one so that you can go at your own pace. So here we're strengthening your left outer hip first, and then we're going to do the right outer hip next. 30 seconds, go at your own pace. Ready, and go. Remember to breathe out on the way up. All right, good, that's 30 seconds. Catch your breath for one moment. And then we'll do the right leg. Okay, back to your hands and knees, and we're gonna do the right leg this time, stretching out or working your right outer hip. Ready, and go. Just go at your own pace. All right, good, that's 30 seconds again. Okay, now we're gonna stretch out your outer hips that we just worked. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put hands on the floor again. You're gonna straighten your right leg behind you, fully extended with your right toes on the ground. Then you're gonna put your left knee underneath your right shoulder and then lower yourself onto your left butt cheek, okay? And then you're going to lower your chest over your left leg and hold that for 30 seconds. Ready? And go. So here we're stretching out your left outer hip. Then we'll do the right in a moment. All right, good, that's 30 seconds. Everyone come back to your hands and knees. Let me reset my watch. Okay, now you're gonna straighten your left leg, fully extended with your toes on the ground. And then you're gonna put your right knee underneath your left shoulder, roll yourself onto your right butt cheek, lower yourself over your right leg, and then hold that for 30 seconds. Ready? And go. Stretching out your right outer hip this time. If this exercise is too hard, of course, you can skip it. I know this one's a little bit more challenging than some of the others to get into. All right, good, that's 30 seconds. Everyone come on up to your hands and knees. Good. Okay, the next exercise we're gonna do is a leg kickback. So maybe I'll turn my mat sideways again so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so for what you're gonna do for this exercise is you're going to lift your left knee just slightly off of the mat, and then you're gonna kick that left leg back and try and bring your heel towards the ceiling. So you're breathing out as you come back, as you kick back and up, and breathe in as you bring that knee back down. So breathe out on the way back and up, and in on the way down. And we're gonna go for 30 seconds so that you can go at your own pace. Here we're strengthening your lower back on the left side first, and also your butt cheek muscles. And then we'll do the right side. 30 seconds, ready, and go. And again, just go at your own pace. All right, good. That's 30 seconds. Now we're going to do the right leg. Ready? And go. Kicking back that right leg and lifting your heel up to the ceiling. Breathe out as you kick back and breathe in as you come forwards. And just go at your own pace. All right, good. That's 30 seconds again. Okay, one more time. We're going to do that child's pose where you're going to sit your butt down on your heels or towards your heels. Put your forearms on the mat in front of you and rest your forehead on the mat and hold that for 30 seconds. Stretching out your lower back that you just worked. All right, good. That's 30 seconds. Come back up. Okay, I'm going to switch my mat back to forward position here. All right, good. Okay, the next exercise we're going to do, you can come towards the front of the mat. So for this exercise, what you're going to do is you're going to, so if you're on your hands and knees, you're going to shift your weight over to the right side and then put your left foot up out in front of you. If you can do it, try and put your left foot in front of the mat so that you're not on the mat, if you've got something sturdy to put your foot on, okay? And then if you can do it, you can either, if you can't come up, you can keep your right hand on the ground for balance, or if you can come up on your right knee and your left foot, okay? So use your judgment there if you want to do that. So we're going to do, you can do one of two different stretches here. So we're going to stretch out your right hip flexor muscles, these muscles right here that attach your femur to your pelvis, by pushing that hip, the right hip forwards. Keep your back straight and push that right hip forward. That'll stretch out the right hip flexor muscles. If you're flexible enough and you want to do it, you don't have to do this, but if you're flexible enough and you want to do it, you could also straighten your left leg. That'll stretch out the left hamstring muscles, the back of your upper left leg, at the same time that you're stretching the right hip flexor muscles. So I'll let you use your judgment on what you want to do there. Okay, we're going to go for 30 seconds. Ready? And go. I'm going to put my leg out in front of me. So here, we're stretching your right hip flexor muscles if your foot is on the floor, and we're stretching your right hip flexor muscles and the left hamstring muscles, the back of your upper left leg, if you've got your leg out in front of you. And we're going for 30 seconds. All right, good, that's 30 seconds. Okay, so walk yourself back up to your hands and knees. Okay, now we're gonna do the other side. So shift your weight over to the left side, put your right foot up in front of you. Again, you can keep your left hand on the ground for support and push that hip forwards, or if you can come up on your left knee and right foot, you can do that. And we're gonna do the same thing as before. So push that left hip forwards. And if you want to, you can straighten your right leg, but you don't have to do that. So here we're stretching your left hip flexor muscles. And if you've got your leg out in front of you, you're also stretching your left hamstring muscle, right hamstring muscles.
My life goes on in endless song.
All right, good, that's 30 seconds. Walk yourselves back towards your hands and knees. Okay, we're gonna do one more exercise on your hands and knees, and this is often called cat-cow. So what you're going to do here is you're going to push your back towards the ceiling at the same time that you lower your head down towards the mat. And then you're going to reverse directions. You're going to push your stomach towards the mat and lift your head up towards the ceiling. And you're going to breathe out as you push your back up and lower your head. And you're going to breathe in as you push your stomach towards the mat and lift your head up. Okay, we're going to go for 30 seconds. We're going to go for 1 minute here, so you can just go at your own pace. Ready? And go. Really trying to stretch that back as much as you can in both directions.
And though the darkness round me grows, songs in the night
30 seconds down, halfway there.
no storm can shake my inmost calm, while to that rock I'm clinging, since love is Lord of heaven and earth. How can I keep
All right, good. That's 1 minute. Okay, so we're finished with our floor exercises. So if you want to, you can move your mats out of the way or roll them up, depending on what you want to do. I've got 3 here, so I'm just going to move them out of the way for convenience. And so for the next set of exercises, you're going to need a chair. Oh, just noticed that my straps came off. Oh well, probably because of the heat. Knocked them off. Okay, I'll give you a second to grab some water because I'm going to grab some water.
and hear their dead knell ring when friends rejoice?
Let me change the angle of my screen here too, because we're going to be using the chair here.
Can I keep
So
from singing
I'll sit for a moment. A second.
since our thoughts to them are winging when friends by shame are undefiled.
It's about 85 degrees out here, so I'm thirsty. Okay, everyone, we're going to do a thigh stretch here next. You can do this a number of different ways, okay? I'm going to wipe down my sweat a little bit here. Okay, so one way that you can do a thigh stretch is where you're just holding on to the back of a chair, and then you grab your ankle and bring that heel to your butt. So this will stretch out the thigh muscles of the leg you've got lifted up. Another way to do it, if that's too hard to do, if you can't grab your ankle, another way to do it is where you put your shin on top of the chair, and then you sit your butt down towards the heel. So that will also stretch out the thigh muscles. Now, if you've got bad knees or bad shin, another way you can do this is where you sit sideways on the chair with one butt cheek on and one butt cheek off of the chair. The leg of the butt cheek that's off of the chair goes behind you with your toe on the ground. Your knee is pointing towards the floor. You're holding onto the back of your chair really tightly so that you don't fall over. And then you're going to gently and slowly lean backwards with your shoulders. That will also stretch out the thigh muscles of the leg that you've got off of the chair. Okay? So you can do this one of 3 ways, one of those 3 ways. I'm going to do it standing because I can grab my leg. And we're going to go for 30 seconds. Ready? And go. So grab your ankle, bring your heel to your butt, stretching out those thigh muscles. If you've got really good balance, you could also do this without holding onto the chair, but you don't have to do that. I like to do it to practice my balance, but you don't have to. All right, good, that's 30 seconds. Switch your chair to the opposite side, or put your other shin on the chair or sit your other butt cheek on the chair. And we're gonna go for 30 seconds again, doing the other leg. Ready, and go. So you should feel that comfortable stretch in your thigh of the leg that you're stretching. Oh, I just noticed you can't see my face. Oh, I can change that. All right, good, that's 30 seconds. Bring that up a little bit, at least for these exercises. Okay, the next exercise you're gonna do is switch your chair to the opposite side. Oh no, you don't have to switch your chair. You keep your chair there. Okay, hold on to the back of your chair. Plant the leg closest to the chair, about a foot away from the chair. Push the hip that's closest to the chair towards the chair, and then lean your shoulders the opposite direction. So here we're stretching out your outer hips of the leg closest to the chair, and hold that for 30 seconds. All right, good, that's 30 seconds. Come on up, switch your chair to the opposite side. Again, hold on to the back of your chair, plant the leg closest to the chair, about a foot away from the chair, push the hip that's closest to the chair towards the chair, and lean your shoulders the opposite direction for 30 seconds again, stretching out your other outer hip muscles. All right, good, that's 30 seconds, come on up. Okay, now put your chair in front of you, but turn it sideways. Okay, so make sure that the back of the chair is to one side of you. So if you've got the back of the chair facing to your right, then you're gonna hold onto the back of your chair, put your left foot on top of the chair. So make sure you're holding onto the chair with your hand, and then you're gonna lower your chest over your leg and sit your butt down. Okay, so lower your chest over your leg and sit your butt down if you can do that, and then hold that for 30 seconds. So here we're stretching out your thigh, hamstring, butt cheek, and knee muscles all at the same time. I'm pretty flexible, so I just rest my knee on my chin on my knee and kind of pull myself down to get that little extra stretch. All right, good, that's 30 seconds. Everyone come on up. Turn your chair to the opposite direction. Again, hold on to the back of your chair for support. Put your right foot on top of the chair. Keep holding onto that chair. Gently and slowly lean your chest over your leg and sit your butt down, stretching out. Oh, let's turn the timer on first. 30 seconds. Stretching out your right thigh, hamstring, butt cheek, and knee muscles. Of course, if this bothers your knee, you want to come up until it doesn't bother your knee. All right, good, that's 30 seconds again. Okay, everyone come on up. Have a seat on the edge of your chair. Put one leg out in front of you nice and straight so that there's no bend in that knee. Flex your foot back towards your face. Keep your back straight and head up. Breathe out. And gently, slowly lean forwards until you feel a comfortable stretch in the back of your upper outstretched leg. And then hold that for 30 seconds. Make sure that front leg is nice and straight with no bend in your knee. I like to keep my other hand on that knee to make sure it doesn't pop up. And again, it should be a comfortable stretch, not too tight. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, good. Switch legs. Put your other leg out in front of you. Again, make sure it's straight with no bending your knee. Flex your foot back towards your face. Keep your back straight and head up. Breathe out. And gently, slowly lean forwards again until you feel that comfortable stretch in the back of your other upper outstretched leg. And then hold that stretch. All right, good. That's 30 seconds. Everyone come on up. Okay, now put your chair in front of you with the back of the chair facing towards you. And maybe I'll turn sideways to do this one so you can see more easily. Okay, so what you're gonna do for this exercise is you're gonna hold onto the back of your chair, keep your arms nice and straight. You're gonna walk backwards, keeping your arms straight. You're gonna lower your back down and lower your head between your arms. So try and keep your arms straight, your legs straight, and if you can, push your lower back towards the back wall or back mirror or whatever you have. And we're gonna hold that for 30 seconds. So here you should feel a stretch in your upper back, in the backs of your upper legs, and even in your lower back if you can push that lower back towards the back wall or back ceiling or whatever you have. All right, good. That's 30 seconds. Everyone come back up. Okay, good. Now move your chair out of the way. The next exercise we're going to do is a spinal twist. So you're going to spread your legs out nice and wide so you've got a good base of support. You're going to put your arms out to your sides, and you're just going to twist as far as you can to the left side first or right, whichever you prefer. And just hold that when you can twist as far as you can. So we're stretching out your abdominal muscles, especially your obliques on the left side, and your spinal muscles, and then twist back slowly, again, nice and slowly so you don't fall over, and go to the right side as far as you can, and then hold that stretch for a moment. And slowly twist back the other direction again. And one more time, we're going to go one more stretch. So go around all the way as far as you can on the left side. Really give it that good stretch. And again, slowly come back all the way around to the right side. And hold that stretch one more time. Stretching out your, whoop, lost my balance there a little bit. Stretching out your obliques and your spina erectae muscles. All right, good. Everyone come back to center. Okay, put your chair in front of you. Hold onto the back of your chair. Put one leg behind you. It doesn't matter which leg. Now you're going to put and keep your other leg up in front of you. Now you're going to push that. Let's say your left leg is behind you. You're going to push your left hip forwards towards the chair and then lean your shoulders backwards, stretching out the left hip flexor muscles here. Those are the muscles right on the front of your hip bone. If you wanted to make this exercise a little more challenging, you could also lift up your left arm, but you don't have to do that. Or of the arm behind you, of the leg behind you. So make sure that the arm lifting up is the same as the leg behind you, if you don't have your left leg in front of behind you. And just hold that for a few seconds. So you should feel that nice stretch right here on your hip flexor muscles. All right, good. Come back. Okay, now put your other leg behind you. I'm going to put my right leg behind me. and then push my right hip forwards towards the chair, and then gently and slowly lean backwards again. And you can just hold it there if you want to, or you can lift up your arm of the leg behind you as well to kind of stretch those hip flexor muscles a little bit more. Again, if that feels dangerous or is too hard for you, you don't have to do that. All right, good, everyone, come back up. Okay, now the next one that we're gonna do is two different stretches for your calves. Normally I would do this with my hands against a wall and then put one foot behind me, but I don't have a wall, so I'm gonna use a chair. But if you want to, you can put your hands up against the wall about chest height. And you're going to put one leg behind you. Let's do the left leg first. So put your left leg behind you. Make sure your left leg is fully extended with no bend in your knee. Put your back heel down on the ground, so make sure that your back heel can touch the ground. And then you're gonna try and put all of the weight on your left leg, okay? We're gonna go for 30 seconds here. And to do that, I'm gonna actually lift up my right leg, but you don't have to do that. I'll just rest my toe on the ground here lightly. But try and put as much weight on that left leg as you can. That'll get a really good stretch for those left calf muscles. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, good. Switch legs. I'm going to put my right leg behind me. Again, make sure that leg is nice and straight with no bend in your knee. Put your back heel down on the ground. Face your back foot directly forwards. I forgot to mention that last time. Make sure your foot is facing directly forwards. And then put all of the weight on that right leg. Ready? And go. My chair wants to move out in front of me. Make sure that leg is nice and straight with no bend in your knee. That right leg, the one behind you. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, good. Everyone come on up. Okay, now we're going to do one more stretch for your calves, but this one, it's going to be the inner calf muscle. So the one that we were just doing just now is actually the outer calf muscle. It's called your gastrocnemius muscle. And now we're going to do the inner calf muscle. So you're just going to put so let's do the left leg first. You're going to put all of your weight on your left leg. You're going to lower your left knee forwards and down towards the floor, but keep your left heel just barely on the ground. And then you're just going to hold that stretch. Ready? And go. So you're just lowering your left knee towards the floor and forwards, but keeping your left heel on the ground. So all of the weight is on the front of the left foot. So put all the weight on that front of the left foot. And you should feel a deeper stretch, sort of like where your Achilles tendon is. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, good. So let's do the other leg. Again, put all the weight on your right leg. Lower your right knee forwards and down towards the ground. Shift the weight to the front of your right foot, but keep your right heel on the ground, and then hold that for 30 seconds. Stretching out your right, it's called your soleus muscle. It's the one that's inside the gastrocnemius muscle, or deeper than the gastrocnemius muscle, which is on the outside of your calf. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, good. That's my whole stretches and exercises for a pain-free back and body class. Hopefully you liked it and that it helps you improve your stretching and keeps you nice and flexible. I think it's a pretty good routine personally, but of course I created it, so I would think so. Anyway, everyone, have a nice day, and I will see you later, hopefully, in another video. Take care. Bye. Let me see.